Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks, Futures, and Forex Market Preview for the week beginning Sunday the 13th of November 2022, ending Friday the 18th. Believe it or not, this is options expiration week already, so we're going to have potential options unraveling on Wednesday, and then the expiration on Friday, and then we head into the following week, which is Thanksgiving week, one of my favorite weeks of the year. Monday, Tuesday trading. Wednesday, people head out for the Thanksgiving holiday. Thursday, we're closed, and Friday's a half day that nobody trades, so should be interesting. At any rate, here's the dollar index daily chart. Came back a little bit this last week. Really sitting where it was 6 months ago. Everybody keeps talking about the dollar at highs, but it's not right now compared to where it was a month and a half ago. If we look at the major pairs, here's the pound dollar coming back up a bit, obviously. No signals there. Here's the euro dollar, the inverse of the dollar index. No signals there either. The Aussie dollar never got to 13. Euro yen hanging flat near the highs. There is a 13 sell signal that's held it down for a month now. And then pound yen right here. No signals there at all. Hasn't moved enough for a while to really get a signal, obviously. All right, let's go to the stock market. Here's the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market in futures form. Up for the week after the news that the inflation might be finally abating. Let's look at the cash indices. So the S&P gained 36 on Friday after a big gap up and big day. But again, the gap was most of it on Thursday, heading back towards that green static trend line. You got the NASDAQ 100 up 211 points. Never quite got the 13 buy signal because the what would have been the 13th was above the 8. So we got the asterisks there, but you got the equivalent of it, which is interesting. In other words, it could have been a 13 if you don't use the 8, the rule of 8, and that would have been your buy signal. We popped on that, so that is certainly interesting. Check out the highs of the last month with the election behind us now. Stocks heading up as well. Biotechs were up 7. The stocks was up 82. Biotechs hanging near the highs of the year. And by the way, double cup here, cup and handle, whatever you want to call it, is interesting. The Russell 2000 up 14, kind of middling for the year. Crude oil $88.19. It's down 78 cents. Gold down $6.30. Never really did much all year with all the inflationary stuff. It's kind of interesting. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ was basically dead flat on Friday, -8. So eight more stocks down than up. But on the New York, it was positive 905. So it was a better breadth day for the New York stocks. NASDAQ volume, 6.9 billion at the close. Again, there was some excitement from the inflationary number on Friday and on Thursday, I mean. The VIX closes at 23.95. The trend closes low at 0.65. That puts that 10-day moving average at 1.16, which is not a signal at all. And then, I could go through most of the tech stocks, but they all bounced back a bit here. Thursday and Friday, they were looking pretty ugly. Look at how Apple held the risk line perfectly from the 13 buy signal and bounced off of that. Amazon also up off the lows. Meta, another one that held the risk line. Look at all these perfect 13 buy signals on all these stocks. Google, another one with a 13 buy signal that held. Goldman Sachs. We had a big rally here for the last 3 weeks. Quite interesting. Tesla's the one that's not really doing much. Hanging still very near the lows, and it's the only one that broke the 13. Netflix curled back up here after selling off the last week before. Bitcoin, though, got into the 15,000s, currently sitting at 16,540. The Dow was up 32 on Friday, so a very unexciting day. If we look at the intra-week action here, we'll go to 10-minute candles so we can see. Oopsie, let go of the chart accidentally. 10-minute candle so we can see what happened for the week. And you'll notice that we started out, Monday was fairly flat. Came back up a little bit. Tuesday went higher, lower, and closed just slightly positive again. Wednesday we declined back to the point where we were negative for the week. And then Thursday, this huge gap that was just untradeable, obviously, with the inflationary numbers. And Friday, kind of a little extension of that rally. So hopefully things settle in we can get back to some normal trading. In terms of calendar events this week, here in the U.S., nothing on Monday. Remember, Friday was Veterans Day too, so we had a bank holiday on Friday. Tuesday, PPI an hour before the bell, along with the Empire State Manufacturing number. A couple of Fed members speaking. That's it. Wednesday, we've got all the inflationary numbers out of the UK. Canada's CPI, retail sales and import-export prices here in the U.S. at an hour before the bell. Industrial production and capacity utilization at 9:15. Business inventories at 10. Crude oil inventories at 10:30 on Wednesday. On Thursday, we've got the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index along with the weekly initial and continuing jobless claims numbers, housing starts, and building permits. That's all an hour before the bell. Natty gas at 10:30, and then on Friday, no real data, existing home sales. That's it. So none of our big three, nothing to be excited about. Just a normal trading week, except for the options expiration piece. Charts as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading